Am I the asshole for getting annoyed that my girlfriend shares everything about our relationship on social media?
Yeah.
Right off bat, I'm
Right
pissed.
off bat.
I'm pissed. I'm
there's
pissed.
people making bread off
Everything
social
off of social
couple
media?
content. But there's people making bread off the couple content. Like I follow this one couple and their baby. And
Depends what the content is.
Yeah.
They make funny videos, but
Are they both making the videos?
yeah.
Okay, this story sounds like only one
But
person.
if she makes the
videos.
bread off that social media stuff, that matters.
All right, let's hear
Here,
context.
let's hear. Okay, so
I'm
this
with
guy, Chris Male 32. His name is Chris.
Okay.
They just added.
Hi, Chris.
Shout out, Chris.
Shout out, Chris.
Okay, I've been dating my girlfriend Lena, female 30, for over 2 years, and we've lived together for the past 6 months.
Okay.
She's very social, not an influencer, but she posts everything: cute outfits, restaurant pics, memes, her breakfast, her mood, and a lot of it includes us. At first, I kind of thought it was sweet. She'd post a couple little things like he surprised me with coffee this morning, heart emoji, or movie night with my favorite person. That kind of stuff was fine. But lately, she started posting things about arguments or intimate moments that I don't think belong online. She posted a video of us after a fight with the caption like, "Real love is about working through hard times," broken heart emoji. Another time, she filmed me doing laundry and dubbed it him doing chores to make up for acting like a jerk yesterday, smiley face.
Okay.
That one really pissed me off. I wasn't trying to make up for anything. I was just folding laundry. It made me look like some kind of clown on her timeline. I asked her to not post about our disagreements or vulnerable moments without asking me. She says I'm overreacting, and that's how she expresses herself. The social media is her outlet, and that I should be proud that she's showing off our life. I told her that I want to keep some things private, not because I'm ashamed, but because I value real intimacy, not performative intimacy. She got defensive and accused me of trying to control her voice. Now she gives me attitude if I even ask her what she's posting. So Reddit, am I the asshole for asking her to stop sharing our private relationship moments online? Or am I just being too sensitive and controlling?
I think this is the first time in a while that all of us will agree.
Why is that?
Because ain't nobody putting my privacy on the internet, fam.
Huh?
Ain't nobody putting my privacy on the internet, fam.
Look at the camera. Say that one more time.
Ain't nobody
Nobody
putting my privacy
is.
on the internet.
I don't like how you did this.
Did I do that?
He said, my privacy.
I think, let's start off by saying couple content is some of the most cringe thing in my opinion.
No, I don't think so.
In my opinion.
If it's funny, it's funny.
Because you know why I think that, fam? Because if your whole thing on the internet is couple content, you always have to provide whatever content to your viewers, right? They have to eat it up. You feel me? So if you're constantly doing that, and then let's say you guys have an argument, a fight, guess what? Content still goes on. So right now, you and two probably are not on the same page, but you probably still have to post content. So they're faking it. You feel me? So that's why I like a lot of this couple content stuff it's not genuine. It's all performative. It's all for the money grab. And people know that you can make money off of love in every job for the most part that it comes to creative. Love is one of the biggest components. Either it's like a rom-com or like music or like a lot of this Instagram stuff or content. Love is a lot. People eat love up. You feel me? So if you're creating this whole like this dream world of me and my husband are happy and then blah blah blah, and at the same time you're not giving him the option to allow him to be like, I don't feel comfortable you posting this. Like there's so much layers of this that just makes her wrong. You feel me? Like I don't agree with nothing this woman is doing. At the beginning, it was cute. Here's the coffee he got me. Here's the thing he did for me. But later on, when you're telling the world my business without my consent and letting people judge me that I don't know, I think you are allowing our relationship to be open for discussion. And I don't appreciate that. You know Chunks?
I know.
I think he is one of the best influencers at doing this, where it's kind of like, in front of the camera, I'll give you the best version of me. But when it comes to my private life, you're never going to know anything about it. Like, behind closed doors, whatever happens, I'm never going to share. And I think that's beautiful because he was able to cut off the private aspect of himself and the public aspect.
But they're more sketch comedy guys. They're not really.
No, he does.
Days of our, this
I don't
day of my
disagree.
life.
But at the same time, yes, you're right. He does. He has a lot of funny stuff. That he
Comedic,
does.
yeah. That's.
But he also goes. He has his own podcast.
But I don't think he's a this day in my life guy, so he doesn't post.
Brother, he's a
right?
huge influencer. Regardless of what point you're trying to make, people want to know what goes on in the life of an influencer. Can we agree or disagree?
No, but people, there's certain, like, based on the early point you made, there's people that make their avenue is this is my life, day of my life, get ready with me. Him is just personality based of we're making content within this sphere.
What's your point? Are you trying to say people don't care about his personal life?
No, I'm saying is he didn't get famous off of this is my personal life.
Okay.
He got famous off of I'm funny.
No, I get it, but that wasn't necessarily the point that I'm making. What I'm trying to say is, I think his aspect of being an influencer or the way that he did it is the right way. You feel me? Compared to if you want me to give you a better example of somebody who's currently doing it, off the top of my head, I don't know their name, but there's this Muslim couple on Instagram, okay? And they play a lot of games. They do a lot of clips, you feel me? But that's all they do. They never let you know that they have a child. They never let you know that
like
they
a
do
tall brown guy and a short Arab lady.
Yes. How do we know the same people? But you know the point I'm making?
Yeah.
Like, you don't know their personal life, and sometimes they give you a day in the life of. But other than that, you never know the problems they're making, their problems they have, the kids that they're doing. But you feel me?
Again, I think they fall in they're not exactly chunks, but I think it really depends on content avenue.
But that's the couple content stuff that we're talking about.
But the content I've seen from them is we're a goofy couple.
Fair.
We're funny together.
Okay.
That's what they lean on. They don't lean on I'm authentic. We share. You can imagine yourself as me. We live the same life. We share. We have pitfalls. There's certain people that make content specifically.
Yeah.
So people can get emotionally attached to them. I cry. Oh, this what happened to me. Hey, ladies, did this happen to you too?
But that's for this particular scenario. Mm-hmm. He's not on board. You feel me?
But the only thing I trust the people when they show you themselves. If she's sharing all the little minute things, and you're going to the level where you're getting comfortable in the relationship, you're moving in together, you should be aware that this girl's oversharing. I understand initially things can be cute within the first couple months, but after a while and you're sharing everything, and then you're gonna move in together, eventually you're gonna say, this is too much. It wouldn't take me 2 years to find that annoying.
No, because she started this randomly 6 months ago, right?
Yeah.
This is a new gig.
This is within the last 6 months.
The last 6 months, yeah.
Oh, my bad. I thought she's been doing this for 2 years.
It's a new thing where it's like, initially she started showing cute stuff, and then she started sharing the world the arguments that are happening.
Okay, I heard this wrong. I thought for the 2 years.
No, he didn't know.
They've been together for 2 years, but in the last 6 months, they said, once they started living together, and that's what happened.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, if it was me, fam, and my girl is showing the world everything, I don't know if I can be in that relationship because I need privacy.
No cap.
I don't need like another person's opinion on stuff that we're going through. Yeah. If us two are the biggest components of what's going on here. You feel me?
Back.
I don't need if I'm having a bad day and my girl is an influencer and she posts a story time TikTok on me. What's happening at this point? I don't need the world knowing or contributing to what's going on between us. Let's settle this ourselves. Let's figure it out, you know? Mm-hmm. And if I'm in the wrong, I will apologize. Like, I'm not somebody who's on a high horse or be like, I'm wrong, I'm sorry, you know? Mm-hmm. But I don't need the world telling me that I'm a terrible person on a consistent basis whenever you feel like flipping out, you know? The world doesn't need to open the door to my personal space, you know?
Yeah.
Sorry, I feel like you need to talk too, but my point that I'm making is, if I work a 8 to 9 hour day, okay? And then I come home and then my wife or my girl is videotaping my every move. Where is my me time? Or where is my personal space? And is there anywhere that I can call safe in my house? I'm always on the spotlight, you feel me? If I have to be perfect at work and I come home to a place that I want to be relaxed and my girl is videotaping me, how long can I last under these circumstances?
That's
very,
very, very real point. I'm not gonna lie. From reading the story, bro, I think the guy should just break up with her, flat out.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a conversation to have though.
Nah, bro. I think, to be honest with you, like, they had the conversation. She said he's overreacting, trying to control her voice. That's a red flag, bro. Right, major red flag.
Wait,
Yeah.
do you think
Major?
he just needs to figure out why she's
Nah,
ready to
bro.
pick
I
this
think
up?
you need the writings on the wall. Get out while you still can, fam. And not to mention too, even if he does get out now, I feel like she's gonna still make some story post saying,
Yeah, for
"Hey,
the next 2
piece
years.
of shit,
This is
can't
what he
believe
did
he
to me."
dissed me." Like, like, get out right now, bro. Like, to be honest with you, I was personally, I wasn't even okay with just the random snaps of coffee.
You would keep your life personal.
No, I'd want to be like told before you post me, even on the first time, even if it's something very small.
Yeah.
Like, if you're ever going to post that you're like with me, it has to be, you have to get my consent for that.
Even if it's like a food picture of you two at a dinner spot.
Well, if my face is in the photo and we're
Yeah.
together, yes, give me consent. I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
Give me consent. Because that's just disrespectful. To me, honestly, it's just disrespectful. Like, like, I understand there's, the lighthearted things, like, like you just said, like, we're eating food together,
it's
stuff, like,
cute.
take
Sometimes
a
it can be
picture.
cute.
I understand that, but I still think, as adults, you need to understand, like, there's people online that you may not want to be coming across, or you won't want them to see you in a certain light, or
Yeah.
even in a natural setting. So before we get to that point, before we can get to that disagreement, then let's have the conversation. At least let me know, like, hey, do you mind if I post this? It's literally one sentence.
Yeah.
So, and the fact that she doesn't do any of that to begin with, and now it's getting to the point where she's saying, I don't give a fuck about your feelings. I'm going to do what I do. Leave. Writing's on the wall. Leave. Break up with this woman immediately. Like, it's not for you. You're not aligned with how her lifestyle is, and it's not getting any better. It seems like it's only getting worse.
Yeah.
Leave right now.
Another thing that we should mention is the fact that she's posting the bad stuff about your relationship. And if she's constantly doing this, there's probably a good speculation or like a good thought process to believe that she's gaining viewership, right? And there's a lot of comments going on, a lot of people telling her X, Y, and Z. So we can agree that there are people who are flooding stuff into her head, right?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. So for her to think that it's okay to take the opinions of other people and run a story that never really existed and make accusations against me that not necessarily.
Is this nigga dating TMZ?
like,
the fuck?
It's not really like, it's me on my side, and technically I'm dating 100,000 people because she being filled with.
Yeah, your relationship has an audience.
Yeah, like it's one guy versus a gazillion people,
Right.
And I'm not here to say that if I'm wrong, I shouldn't be called out for it. I understand, but I don't need you to put my business out there and tell people all the skeletons in my closet. What privacy do we not have at this point?
And to be honest with you, I feel like those relationships never last, bro. Like, they never last. The ones
That's why I started off by saying I don't think couple content is the best avenue, because even if at the beginning it starts off as heartwarming or cute, you got to keep going through thick and thin. Like, you have to keep going even when it's a bad day, and you have to put on a facade.
That's what I'm saying. Fake it till you make it, and you probably never will make it.
And then sometimes people put their kids in it. It's like the kid didn't consent, fam.
You know about the Ace family, fam?
Which one?
You know about Austin McBroom?
Yeah.
You know about that nigga, fam?
Yeah.
Fam, there's a nigga named Austin McBroom. I don't know what he did before. I don't know how he got on.
Yeah.
But he was dating some girl who he had kids with, and I think they got married, and then they started making like family vlogs and stuff like that together, and then the nigga was just like cheating on his wife consistently all the time, and pretty much the whole world found out based off of their vlogs,
Yeah.
and then she ended up breaking up with him, divorcing him, and writing a tell-all book about like the situation that they went through and stuff, and now they're basically gaining more clout from basically their marriage breaking up. Yeah.
I don't need my life to be keeping up with the Kardashians, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't need cameras on me.
The writing on the wall, brother. You need to leave.
The only thing is, if she picked this up 6 months ago, she just needs an emotional outlet, I think.
Let me provide you a scenario. Does it matter if the length of time in which she started it?
Let's
say it was 2 years ago.
I think it does matter, because if you're going to stay in this relationship for 2 years with this girl that just, even if she just started posting arguments,
okay,
if you're posting everything for the last 2 years and we're 30 years old and you don't already have a big platform, then I would have got tired of this.
I don't know if age even matters, bro. To be honest, I don't think any age.
But for me, if we're 2 years into this relationship and you're posting everything for the last 2 years, I would have got tired of it within the first 6 months, exactly when he did.
Right.
But she needs an emotional outlet, it seems like.
You can let her rock?
Huh? I'm going to say what happened the last 6 months that made her pick up the phone and start telling everything. Does she lose a friend? Did she lose a best friend?
Maybe
That she used to tell all this stuff
I
to?
think it's all based off of clout, right? So like maybe
Yeah,
the
that's what
first
she cares
the
about.
first post got some traction
Yeah.
and got some more
Well,
traction
why
on the
did she
next
post
post.
the first emotional post?
Who knows?
That's the thing we need to figure
Does
out.
that matter here?
That matters to me.
Why?
Why?
Because if we can soothe that part, I don't care about the posting breakfast and stuff like that. I don't care about the coffees and things like that. Yeah, don't post pictures of me all the time.
That's what I'm saying. You have a coffee. Hey,
No, but if she like people, I've seen men do this when we're out lunch
Taking a
together.
picture of
something
you?
like
That's me.
No,
you take a picture of the food item is fine.
the food.
The
No, but-
nigga eating the food.
Okay, fair
If
enough.
you
Fair
dare
enough.
put
Fair enough.
You dare put me on your story while I'm eating, bro? I'm fighting you. I don't give a fuck. I'm fighting you.
No,
Fair
but
enough, fair enough.
he's an example. I was not thinking of you. I was thinking of other people, but he's an example.
Yeah.
People take picture of the table.
The plate's fine. I'm not
Yeah.
mad at that.
I think
I
I wouldn't
wouldn't-
food, not the table.
No, but the table with the food all like.
Okay, fair enough. You're right.
What do you think?
I be doing this, right?
Nah, you didn't think you're a connoisseur of tables, right?
I don't think
Now you have
it's-
shots at this table right here.
Like, I'm not thinking picture.
Goddamn, nigga.
Like don't be painting the image of me.
Alive?
No, but I've seen men do that, so I have no trouble with that.
Mhm.
I've taken picture of the food. The only thing I'm gonna ask her is why is this all of a sudden a thing for you, and can we stop that part?
Yeah.
If not, then yeah, I'm out.
But I feel like
She needs an emotional outlet.
She said to him in the story, and let me
The last
find it.
bit, right?
Yeah, the last bit. He said she got defensive and accused me of trying to control her voice. Now she gives me attitude if I even ask what she's posting.
No, but
So she's already telling him, fuck off. I don't give a fuck about your feelings.
my whole thing is, yeah, if that was the point, and this is a recurring thing that she tried to dead the conversation, then yeah, I'm out. I wouldn't have moved in with her. That was too quick. If that happened, but that happened when they're already together. That's
Yeah,
the only thing.
that's-
Can I paint you guys a scenario and then we'll end this episode?
Grab the paintbrush.
Let's say you both are in a 2-year relationship, and this person was an influencer prior to your relationship, and they've been like a personal blogger type of, so you knew getting into it that you may appear on her story every now
Right.
and then. At the time, you're okay with that because
Right.
if it was like every now and then, it's fine.
Right.
But let's say you guys are very much in love with each other. Relationship is almost perfect. Not everything's perfect. And now, for the first time, she posts a controversial take of you. Okay? And my question is now, how would you guys feel and how would you guys react?
Well, is the take justified?
Let's say you're in the wrong. Let's say you're wrong.
Is it an extreme that's gonna make people look at me? A
Yeah,
certain
paint
way?
us the story.
So let's say you guys were, you came home from work, you're having a bad day, and you just chose to not do any of the housework, leaving it all on her.
So it's
Okay.
true.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But let's say you were having a difficult
And
time.
she made that
day.
post saying,
And she,
look at this bum ass
she didn't
nigga.
provide clarity prior.
This dirty ass nigga leaving his shorts on the
Exactly.
floor.
No clarity prior.
Mhm.
She's just painting the picture of this is what my husband or my boyfriend did that day. And let's say it gets traction online.
Mhm.
Okay. How would you guys feel? How would you react? What would you do?
I'm not gonna lie. If I already knew my girl was an influencer, I was okay with this. I would lean into it. I would be
You
like,
open your own page.
I'm opening my own page. I'd be like, I ain't gonna lie, guys. I was a little tired last night. I'm a dirty ass nigga. It happens, I'm gonna lean into it because I already know, like, I signed up for this.
Okay.
If I can confidently say I signed up for this, then I'm not gonna get mad down the line. When
But
it
you
gets bad.
didn't know like your stories would be out. Like you were okay with a picture, date night, but you didn't know like my personal business is gonna be.
But I know my girl's an influencer, so it's possible.
Okay.
So I feel like just that being in the air alone is enough for me. And especially if she's justified,
Yeah.
I'm gonna lean into it. But she says something that's not justified, I'm be like, take that down right now.
Okay.
That's it.
How about you?
I wouldn't. I know it's not part of. I wouldn't have lasted that relationship.
Well, let's say you did.
Let's say I did. Yeah, I'm not cool with it. If we're starting to post personal business,
Yeah.
and I'm not willing to play that game. So I'm not gonna post. I wouldn't be able to do that to lean into it. So I'm saying if you're not taking that down, then we're having an issue now.
Okay.
We're not having an issue, and this may. If this is the hill you want to die on,
Mm-hmm.
we can be peacefully down that hill and go separate ways. But this is not going to be a pattern of posting personal business like that.
Okay. I agree with you.
Just say it off top.
Right, but if I was trying to be a creative influencer online, I'd probably go.
I mean, my girl's already an influencer.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have some leverage to start with.
it's true.
So let me
But my
do it.
only thing is, it's a little scary when it's only you on one side against her 100,000 followers.
Like,
You know, it's kind of like
Light.
100,000
Light.
people
Light,
telling you you're garbage.
light.
You know,
Those are just comments.
even if you're
They track down your page too and your
Fam,
family's page.
even if you're confident,
Nowadays.
That's light.
even if you're a confident person, 100,000 people coming to your page is terrifying.
Coming to
Bam.
family's page
It's
nowadays.
terrifying.
They
Feel-
find people.
As the notable villain on this show, I want them to come.
Pause.
Come. Come to my page. See where you last. See how long you last.
Yes, but like this is a quick side story. There was a guy that had I don't know if you guys seen this as a TikTok thing. I'm sure you've seen it. There was a guy that had a girl, they had a kid together and the guy left. And this girl started posting her stories about it and blew up. And all of a sudden this guy popped out and said, "Oh, I'm the guy she's talking about." And all of a sudden, 6 baby mamas started telling a story about the same guy.
Duke Dennis?
Oh, that was a recent thing. I didn't hear about that yet.
What about
We'll
Duke
talk
Dennis?
about that in a second.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, we can talk about that off camera.
What happened
but
to Duke Dennis?
Oh, he apparently has a lot of baby mamas. 8 baby mamas.
That's the rumor.
Okay.
Anywho.
No, but this is the exact same type of thing. This guy ended up trying to put a face to the name to the Josh baby father name, put his face on it, say, "Yo, I'm the guy." All of a sudden, point by point, there's different baby mamas that came out.
Yeah, but he sounds like a terrible guy, though.
That's what I'm saying.
6 baby
It's a
mamas
horrible
came
track
out.
record. You got it.
Yeah.
The initial girl got a random call. She's not even the 6th baby mom. She's the 7th baby mom.
Damn.
The 6th one didn't make a post. She just called the initial girl.
I mean,
That sounds...
That shit's insane.
just a
Yeah.
piece of shit.
But why would the guy put his face out there and say, "Yo, I'm the guy"?
I don't know.
Open this door. That's crazy. But
I don't know.
Money. He probably has followers now. Guys who want to know how to make an 8th baby mama. You feel me?
I not lie.
People want to know these things.
BM University could be a thing later on.
so what?
BM University. Never know, bro. You never know.
All right, back to the scenario. Who do you think is in the wrong?
I think that if she picked it up 6 months ago, the girl's in the wrong. If it was like your scenario was 2 years ago,
Yeah.
then the guy's in the wrong. But
Okay.
6 months, yeah.
To be honest, I
the
think this
girl's
guy needs to break up with this girl immediately. Any second longer he's with her is gonna be hell.
Hell.
I'm just gonna leave it at that.
I don't know where to stand with this. I would tell her to stop. If she doesn't stop,
You already
I'm
told her.
You're controlling her?
She said
I'm
you're
out.
too controlling.
I'm out. I don't need constant people in my relationship. I don't need that. That would be so daunting. Imagine every time we have an argument, there's an opinion of 10,000 other people waiting for me. That's so daunting.
That's our show right now, fam. Every time we argue, fam, 1,000 people, 1,000 people waiting for
But
us.
it's different because at least here we all are on the same page.
Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you guys align with the girl? Do you guys align with the guy in this situation? Do you think he's being a little, childish in terms of his response, or do you think that she's being a little bit too, controlling in the relationship with posting all the time? So let us know in the comments. The poll's right there. You guys know what to do. We'll see you guys next time.
Peace.